Welcome everyone to Arts Class and everything in between. I am your host Eileen, aka Eileen the Little Crafter. And anything about this podcast and my crafting show, The Little Crafter Show, can be found at EileenTheLittleCrafter.com. So guys, today I figured I would do a big update, a life update. A lot has been kind of going on, and it's kind of life lessons that or my pearls of wisdoms that, that I thought that it would be fun to pass along. Okay, I was telling a friend of mine, and I would like to give a big shout out to Miss Pocono Pam. I can't take myself seriously when I really do these podcasts. I don't want to come across as a teacher, and I have been accused of that a lot when I was younger. And hopefully I've learned how to stop doing that, because it wasn't very nice. Like, I kind of felt like, oh, that's how people see me, that I come across like a teacher. Like, oh, you have to do it this way because of that. Hopefully I've learned and grown, and, things have been a little differently. And so that's my thought. That's my pearl of wisdom. Try, and learn and expand, and, if you don't like something, then try and change it the best way you can. And it's little by little. And who knows, maybe it took me, I don't know how many years ago that I've been told that. But, yeah, so. Speaking of teachers, I finally met my son's teacher. We actually sat down. I just truly adore her. She is someone who is very open-minded and warm and welcoming, and someone who actually gets us. And she automatically, off the bat, does a sense of humor and his kindness and getting along with his classmates. Very friendly little guy. Well, I can't say little. He passed me. I'm 4'9". He's about 5 something. So yeah, so I mean it in the sense of his age. He's like 11. So, not in height. If you guys would see us side to side, you guys would be hysterically laughing. I laugh. I'm like, whoa, he's going to be patting me. He could pat me on my head. But he's my little guy. He's my little man. And according to them, he's doing really well over there. I am a little nervous because the big push in schools nowadays are trying to get them into regular curriculum activities. So basically, any child with autism basically has to assimilate or try and work on a normal, kind of like the normal classroom levels, with support of, like OT, occupational therapy, physical therapy. So I am a little concerned about that, because I know that David has a lot of sensory issues, and I know that they have taken away some sensory time, but they did leave in place some yoga, which he loves in the morning. He loves his yoga in the morning. He talks about it all the time. And so that concerns me a little bit, because, like I said, David has been having a lot of sensory issues. It's more auditory than anything. And what else? I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Brain fart. Whoa! So that does concern me. But the idea for this push of trying to make him more independent is exciting, a little nerve-wracking, because, that's your baby. I think, for any parent, you go through that, regardless of whether they're special needs or not. Any parent would be a little scared, especially, if they're your only child. So yes, I do have to say that, yes, it does make it very challenging, because he has special needs. And yes, I can honestly say that he is spoiled, and we try our best to correct that. It's a little hard, but, we're getting there. But I'm excited to be working with the new team. I've seen some positive positive changes in getting into a new site. So I'm hoping that this continues throughout the year. I met the principal, which I like. I met the gym teacher, Mr. K, who's awesome. Miss Peebles is great as well. That's his teacher's name. Yeah, and we met the counselor this year. She's going to be working with us as well. We expressed some things that have been going on at home, and so we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we're positive. We feel more empowered. We don't feel as helpless as we did last year. So I'm super excited about that and very, very, very happy. So what else is on my mind? I try not to listen to the debate because I'm just not that interested in listening to. Excuse me for this. Not everyone on the debate is this, but I don't want to hear Donald Trump's stupidity. I just can't deal with it anymore. I think that he is just basically feeding off the fears of the American public, and instead of making us come together, he's basically tearing us apart, and he is dividing us whether we know it or not, and he is basically breeding a new grounds for hate, and I think that is extremely sad and pathetic in order to win a race for one of the most important jobs in America. And in saying that, I do feel that he would be only out to line his pockets at the end of the day, because he is a businessman, and I do not think that he really gives 2 cents about his fellow man. That's just me. The other thing that's on my mind was I was extremely saddened by the fact that Kim Davis has decided to put yet another appeals, which is sad. And I don't know. I know that everyone is going to have a lot of different opinions about this, but I kind of feel like if, like, let's say a same-sex couple came to the church and said, you have to marry us. Now, since I am someone who is, pro same-sex marriage, I would tell them, honestly, guys, I think you're pushing it just a little too much. That's kind of like a slap in the face. And I don't think that you should be doing that. I would honestly say that, yes, I do know that it's legal, but at the same time, you cannot force the church, which we all know that's against same-sex marriage, to marry you. But Kim Davis works for the city of Utah, and they have to issue you a license. So, and here's my point. She does not work for the church or for God. If she wanted to work for a church or God, then pick that type of job. But you're in a public office. Public for everyone. For you to come out and say that your religious beliefs are basically in peril, that Christian, or I forgot exactly what the quote is. I'm going to paraphrase this, so please don't. For people to say that the Christian's beliefs, or any type of Christian belief, or God beliefs, are being challenged and frowned upon, and what else? What was it? Basically made to be looked bad upon. I don't think that's true. I think that we confuse religion with the country. And yes, some of the laws were built on religion, but at the same time, they're supposed to be separate but equal. And you're not being equal in denying marriage license. And no one is saying that you're wrong. You're wrong because you work for a job that legally is obligated to do this task. Now, if you see it that way, you can see my logic. That's just me. Car buying issues has been the next thing that's been on my mind. We've unfortunately had a mishap with the Mustang, and we looked around, and well, actually my poor husband, he looks so obsessed. I seriously think that I'm going to have him on the show and talk to you guys about this, because every night, it seemed like every night, I'm like, what you looking up? What you doing? Cars. He was seriously on Craigslist like a madman. Like, it was just insane. I was like, oh, hello, like, aren't you going to bed? But we did find one. It does need a little bit of work. But thank goodness he is a mechanic. So, I am definitely grateful for that. And we are ordering the parts, and I like it. We got a Jeep. I forgot the rest of the information, but it's pretty cool. Something to get used to, because the seating is just different. We're used to, I never really rode in the Mustang as much, but I did like it, and I feel bad, because that was their car, like their drive car, and Des told me, oh, you're too little to drive in the Mustang. He said I'm too little to drive in the Mustang. So I guess it was a daddy in his car, and he would say that the Mustang is his. So yeah, we're a little saddened by that, but at the end of the day, we had to make a decision, and I'm happy with the decision, because I think also our van might be conking out on us soon. I don't know. It needs a little TLC, and in case we have to go anywhere, I really don't want to be stuck in the Mustang. I want to be comfortable. So, yeah, because, man, the backseat, there's basically no backseat. I don't even know why they bothered putting one in. My son does not fit back there, and I know I definitely don't fit back there. So, it's just something where it's not a good thing. So, that's basically it. The school list wasn't too terrible. We pretty much got everything on the list. So we ex-nate a few headaches. And so that's basically the life updates. Nothing really major. Everything's been pretty good. And things that have been on my mind. So anyway, guys, I hope that we can get together again and talk about Night of Champions, and I hope that we can be able to talk about maybe some car buying issues. I think those shows are always fun to do, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, I've been looking for different topics for the show. If you guys have any ideas, or maybe would like to be part of the show, as always on my blog, blog, website, you get the draft. You go to EileenLittleCrafted.com. There is a spot on the left-hand side where it says contact me, send me shoot me an email, and let me know what topic, or if you would like to be a part of the show. I'm always looking for a new guest. So yeah. I don't know why I've been umming a lot. It's just weird. Even when I'm talking to my husband, I'd be like, it's been weird. It's been a weird week. I guess, trying to wake up early, having weird schedules in terms of the schooling this year. We have 2 days off, and then the 3 days on, and then next week is 2 days on and 2 days off, and then they go back, I think, that Friday, something like that. So I have to say, September has kind of been a weird month. But I am looking forward to trying to get back into the normal swing of things, and definitely going to be working on a few projects on the Little Crafty Show. Oh, I did do another flip through of my Project Life album, so if you guys are interested in that, so I would definitely put a link down below on this podcast and on my blog. And I gotta do a couple of updates on the blog. I've missed last week's podcast, but you know, it is what it is. It happens sometimes. But anyway, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful week, and bye for now.